Hey guys, it's Jedi Lex, and this past weekend I attended Megacon 2025 in Orlando on both Friday and Saturday. In this video, I'm going to take you through my experience on Friday and everything that I did while I was at the convention. First, I went to go check out the Southern R2 Builders area, who had some amazing droids on display. They had a massive Huyang that moved, some R2-D2s, and everyone's favorite war criminal C-110P or Chopper. They had a BD-1, a B2 Emo, and other variant versions of the droids we all know and love. I also got to see a really cool probe droid roam the area, as well as a Dio that was racing around. Afterwards, I went to go check out the 501st area, which never fails to disappoint. This year, they knocked it out of the park with a huge Tatooine area filled with a life-size land speeder and speeder bike. They had an Episode 1 inspired area with several life-size B1 battle droids and a droideka, a cool little cantina setup with an AZ droid, and by far the most impressive piece they had this year was this AT-ST walker that looked like it came straight out of Endor. They also had a bunch of members in super impressive cosplay around the area and walking around the convention floor. There was also an awesome area that offered anyone from beginners to experienced Star Wars gamers and fans the opportunity to learn and play both Sabacc and Dejarik. This was hosted by Sabacc for Charity, who also held a charity tournament later on in the day. I then decided to walk over to the Theory Sabers booth to check out some of the sabers on display and say hi to some of my buddies like Star Wars Sith who were working the booth. I then got in line to wait for the All About Ahsoka panel with Ashley Eckstein. I will go ahead and show some of my favorite clips from this panel here in a second, but if you're interested in more highlights, I did make a separate video for this panel, which I will add the link down in the description and a clickable link in the top right corner.
Explosion. 100%. Gosh, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. I know Megacon is so busy and so crowded, and you have so many choices. So thank you for choosing to come to this panel. I really appreciate it. Because again, the wise Jedi Master Yoda, teaches us that we must be in the present. When he first met Luke, which in my favorite movie, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, Luke obviously wasn't very patient, and Yoda was like, I can't teach him. He's always looking off to the horizon, never right here, right now. And so I do this exercise whenever I just need to be present and ground myself in the current moment. Because as Ahsoka says, this is a new day, a new beginning. And to me, every day is a gift. Quotes from the daughter, and we shortened it to say, which was in with my glasses on, to do what is selfless. And I constantly ask myself, what would Ahsoka do? And the answer is Ahsoka would do what is selfless. So I hope you enjoy it. I approached them twice, and they told me no twice. And they didn't tell me no to my idea. They told me no to how I was going about it. And the reason I share that is because sometimes the most powerful information, the secret to yes, comes right after the word no. So they weren't telling me no to my idea. They were saying no to how I was going about it. So they were saying no, but. So had I stopped listening after the word no, it never would have happened. Her universe never would have gotten up off the ground. But they said no, but we only work with reputable companies and we only give out licenses. And so I didn't know anything about how to start a company. I didn't know anything about how to get a license. So I went away for 9 months and I studied. Just like Ahsoka went to the Jedi Temple, I studied in the Jedi Temple of Business, and I learned how to start a company, and I learned how to get a license. And then I went back to them, and I honestly think they got rid of me forever, or they thought they got rid of me forever. And I was like, hi, it's me again. I did what you told me to do. I started a company, and I'd like to apply for a license. And at that point, they said yes, and I'm very, very grateful. And now in her universe, I'm a proud space mom, and there's 2 booths on the floor. Go check them out. I mean, if you look at the episode Storm over Ryloth, which is in season 1, does anyone remember that episode? Yeah, Ahsoka disobeyed Anakin. She thought she knew better, and she actually, half of her squadron lost their lives, and she failed, and that episode showed her failing, but then it showed her learning from her failure, and then doing it again. And Ahsoka didn't want to go back out there, but Anakin made her. And he made her go try again and learn from her mistakes. It wasn't until Ahsoka that I learned that no, kindness is powerful. And it's really what makes her so powerful. And my favorite Ahsoka line is, in my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what. I guess it's just who I am. And so that is just the epitome of Ahsoka. You're stuck with me, Sky Guy. They were meant to be together. It really is. Dave Filoni told me from the beginning, he goes, look, a lot of fans are going to want to ship the two of them. And he goes, but it's not like that. He said it's like brother, sister. And that's exactly what it is. They are family, they love each other. I like to say my perfect lightsaber would be the Clone Wars hilts with white blades. That would be my perfect mashup, because I love what the white blades stand for, and I just truly love who Ahsoka becomes. And I mean, we're still finding out more and more about her, but the fact that she was one of the founders of the rebellion and she just wants to help others, I mean, Fulcrum, come on. So I love what she stands for, and so those would be my perfect sabers.
After the panel finished, I decided to hit the floor to check out some of the vendors' booths and to see what cool Star Wars collectible items I could find. This first booth I stumbled upon was filled with Star Wars collectibles, including some bigger ticket sideshow figures up top, but mainly had this amazing array of vintage collection figures. I saw a super dope Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars, a Clone Commander Rex from Bad Batch, and a Quinlan Vos from the Phantom Menace. There was also these super cool comic packs. Aside from Theory Sabers, there was a ton of other saber vendors at Megacon this year, including BYO lightsabers, Ultra Sabers, and Legion Sabers, who also had this really dope Huyang. I finally got to visit the Badass Design booth and get some of the baby enamel pins and see Natalie Leonard's customized Mattel Grogus. This other vendor had a huge array of different Star Wars figures, and another vendor had a wide selection of different Kenner playsets and even had the new HasLab Ghost. I came across this case that had a TVC Empire Strikes Back Yoda going for $3,200 and a TVC Return of the Jedi Lou mat going for $280. I found a booth that had a pretty decent sized Star Wars Funko Pop area with some really good pops in it. There was a booth dedicated to custom minifigures, and they had some really cool Star Wars ones, including the Bad Batchers, Queen Amidala, Hera, Chopper, Zeb, and more. I did spot some older and still in box LEGO Star Wars sets at another booth, including the Gungan Sub, Mos Espa Pod Race, the Battle of Endor, and they even had some smaller sets including the Land Speeder, Droid Fighter, Speeder Bikes, and Lightsaber Duel. The highlight of my day was getting to finally meet and spend some time with the Spice Runners, including Eben, Joel, J2SO, Jeff, and Dewback. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, as well as subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, or even click to watch one of my other videos, and may the Force be with you.